Hello, hello, episode 2 of whatever ridiculous stuff this is, right? I mean, okay, let's say it again. This is not for your entertainment. This is me trying to make plans for a thing that will happen with a 99% certainty. What's 100% certainty is that the option for it to exist will exist. Whether I make that decision at the time is only 99% certain. And if you didn't hear that, maybe that's good. Okay, back in business. I have to adjust the field of view again, I think. Work was a bit, intense today, so I feel a bit rather on the relaxy side. I don't know if this is a good idea today to do this. So maybe I'll just abort and delete. Haha! So I adjusted the brightness slightly again versus the last time when I stopped recording. I made it slightly darker because I think that's more realistic. It's currently night. Still have this nice bloom. Haha! That we already did. Yeah, just a random thought. I would just spitball stuff. I mean, this is the first draft of the first draft. What if I would now press my Alt key and have the mouse pointer, and then I could take maybe the covering of this light off and take the neon tube in there, maybe, for whatever reason. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, such a thing as make a model, doing all that kind of work and database stuff, that's not out of the question. That would be doable. That's not like, no, but it's too much money. No, that doesn't play any role at all whatsoever. The question is, what is it that would have to be made? So yeah, sounds interesting, but would it be something? Would be cool, of course, if you take this cover off and then you don't just find the neon tube or what the term is, fluorescent tube, but you also find a key that falls before your feet because it was hidden up there. Because such a thing is normally not possible in games, or at least I haven't seen that yet. I mean, of course, also, why would you look there and then find it? And then you put the tip on the internet and the next guy knows where to look. That's a bit annoying. Is there a workaround for that? Procedural generation, of course, but that sounds like it's not doable for a game like this. Except maybe some mild procedural situation, which in turn could come with the problem that maybe the game is no longer solvable because key A is hidden behind key B. Or maybe that can be solved, of course, with an algorithm who checks, or maybe with an AI run through. I don't know if that's meaningful thing that I'm just saying there. But this might be that ultimately the key is too hard to find and then you feel like you're soft locked when you're not. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on. L. How long can I swim without... Oh yeah, I can see it up there, there's the bar. I would really like to make the user interface a bit bigger, but the only other option I have is make it double this big, and that's just too big. Not just that, but it's also very rough pixels. I don't want that. I have grown fond of games just showing you nothing. I don't know if I ever had the idea myself, and that doesn't matter, because it's unproductive to try to keep pursuing my personal history. That's not productive at all. And it's also an ego thing, or maybe a judgment thing on your part towards me, and all of that must be disregarded for the sake of the outcome. So, just checking, beep, 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 beep. But I grown fond that there would be nothing on screen, because okay, let's say there would be no head-up display right now. I could push all the buttons. Maybe I should do that even, and hide them, all that stuff. Yep. Now there is almost nothing on screen. Now there's nothing on screen. Oh, the head up, yeah, this, like this. I mean, as crappy as the graphics look, now you can feel the 3D environment when even such a small thing as this takes away that feeling to some degree. Because it gives your brain versus your eyes something. I mean, in reality, what would this mean? This would mean that there's an insect flying stationary right in front of my face, which is usually a problematic case, and thus something that our brains have evolved to take note of and care about. Even it means, like, let's say we have it's like when you're making advertisements, something I've also done. Wait, where is it? Where you need to take care of the spacing of every single character and of the lines and which font you choose, how much white space you have, which colors you choose, and all of that. Even though the recipient isn't conscious of the effect that it has on them, it has an effect on them. Hey, this is a friend. And in the same way, even though one might not notice, it is certainly there because I have noticed, so at least for me it's true. This thing levitating there in front of my eyes the whole time is off-putting. There's also, I mean, rather many games these days even have the option that you can hide the crosshair or can make the crosshair invisible unless you pull out a gun or something. And this seems reasonable here. Now you might say, well, how do you interact with things then? Actually, you know what? Let's just ponder. I'm spitballing. Let me just say again, let me just change topic once more because that's the most annoying thing I can do to you, because I hate you. No, I don't. I don't. So, what is this thing? This is the planning of a future endeavor that will take place in a couple of decades, possibly. And there will be a remake with 99% certainty, or 98 maybe, but it's really not less than that, because Deus Ex has played a huge role in my gaming life, Deus Ex 1, this one, of this game, and a remake on a level that is just top-notch. I mean, no one would disagree. This is just highest possible quality, and the content is different and is at the same time possibly slightly a niche game, because I would do it the way that I think it should be. Not like Deus Ex was meant to be that way. That's not what I mean. I want to put some things in there that I also always want to try in gaming. Let's take an example. This is not a good example I'm thinking of right now, but why do you always have to load the title screen, then you load the save game, or you click continue or whatever? Why can't you just say, I want to continue playing this game right from the desktop, and then you're in the save game? Of course paused, because then you can like wash your hands when you come home from work or whatever, but it's there. You don't have to go through all those motions, which you not care about anyway, right? And the title logos, which are played to you, and that's even a good thing. When you buy this thing, when you buy a game, then first you want to be impressed. You want to feel the product that you purchased, but and then you change the resolution, and then they say, yeah, well, you have to reboot the game, and then you're like, oh shit. Then you have to sit through all the logos again, which you can then abort, of course. In a meaningful product, you press escape. But in a really good, meaningful product, you would just press escape once, even though there are 3 tiny videos playing, and you would have to press escape for each one of them. Once should be enough. But furthermore, how about these videos are only shown once per 24-hour period? So every new restart will not show you these things to you. Good idea, huh? Ever heard of this? No. See, that's the kind of mind that goes into this and is trying to make something better. In the same way, let's think about save gaming, a save game list. When you can see, can I do this here? It's of course a crappy example because the implementation here is crappy. But, well, you can see a preview here. But why is that preview a tiny thumbnail? Why is it on a full screen 3D thing that you can experience? Because resources. But it's easy to do. Because everybody, I mean most people know that these backdrops that you have in games, the sky and all of that, that this is normally, maybe not here, but in principle, is a 6-sided cube thing. There, and so forth. And the rendering seamlessly renders it so that it just feels like you're surrounded by it. So what's wrong about taking a 6-sided screenshot whenever you save? And so then you can just click here and look around, and then you know, aha, this is where I am. That's cool, isn't it? I've never seen that. And it's very low tech. I mean, it takes some hard disk space, but I mean, you're downloading a game with 50 or so gigabytes size, maybe. So let it be 52 then, or a hard disk occupation. That doesn't really make a huge difference then anymore. And some water. Da-da-da. Now, what I wanted to... no, I'm not yet done. And there are great works of art that have been created. I mean, I'm talking about popular stuff like... what do I mean? It's not Mona Lisa and such. I'm talking about Interstellar and such, you know. It's not like a film that someone wrote in a couple of months and then they filmed it right away. There was a project that was a decade or longer in the making, and so it was revised and thought about again and again. And I have also come to appreciate the approach of iterative work, because I mean, wrapping your mind around a thing and being enthusiastic and doing it, making it happen, all of that needs to be, that can get into the way of the actual product. And so such a thing needs to be done with care. That's why I have now renamed the first video of this whole thing Iteration 1.1. And this video will be Iteration 1.2, second video, you know. And how many iterations there will be, I don't know. And how many years it will take, I don't know. Time will tell. Now, what I wanted to say here, what about we don't have a crosshair at all? I'm not saying ever. Maybe when you're holding a gun. And when you want to interact with something, you always need to use the mouse pointer, which I currently don't have. Well, I can simulate that here. Maybe it's not the best idea, because your own avatar would also be simulated. Oh, let me just do a thing. No, it's not possible. I just looked up if it can possibly be done to make your own body visible the whole time. Remember, in the training, you could just look down. We saw the body in the mirroring ground, but the body itself was not visible. And apparently, that's not possible. Okay, alrighty. Yeah, bots, friend-foe detection. I'm not sure about that. I mean, if you would have if there would be some kind of clue, is this an aggressive stance or whatever, you still wouldn't know what the relationship is to you. Also, it's a bot. It will run its loop until it has a reason to do something else instead. So I don't have an answer to that. I just put a question mark on the table. It's good to have question marks. It's the best way to get an answer. Do you have a question? I just shot someone. And it looked goofy. Right, let's make all that stuff visible again, because it's kinda necessary.
You just gonna stay here? There's been some activity at sea. I'm going to watch the coast. Why'd they bring you back to New York? I don't know what they have planned. I messed up an assassination attempt on one of the triad leaders in Hong Kong. UNATCO pulled you out. It's a long story. You better head to the statue.
I changed the sound volume of
my drink.
The speech slightly higher, because I realized it was a bit low in the video. Something else?
Which triad was UNATCO targeting? We'll talk about that later. How was your graduation? I want to hear what happened. I wish I could have come. At the time, I could have cared less that Mom and Dad came to mine, but it was a good thing. The UN threw a dinner in honor of me, the first nano-augmented agent. I didn't know that. Guess I must be old news. Dad made a toast. I don't know if you remember his old brown suit. A toast? That doesn't sound like our father. It was hard for him in front of the diplomats, but he savored every moment. Strange how proud he could be when so much was due to our augmentations. Yes, he was proud. I believe that much. It was nice to have done something for him and Mom. I wish someone could have been there for you. I'm used to being on my own. One can be too self-sufficient, I'm coming to believe.
I have seen a couple of excerpts of videos where someone would be interacting with AIs in a game, and sometimes it was even rather impressive how the people would react and the things they had to say. I was surprised. Now, I'm not saying that should be a thing that would be in Deus Ex. If so, then that would have to be done very carefully, that we're talking about somewhat fleshed out characters who would then, I don't know, interact with you in a free way, but based upon the confines of their identity definition. And maybe that would work. Maybe that would actually work. I don't know. So I'm uncertain about that. What I thought about though was, do you know Captain Blood? That's a game on C64, I think, or was it Amiga? I think Amiga, right? Where you could converse with some alien characters by using some symbolic language, and something like this would be pretty cool. When you walk up to someone in the bar and then you select from your communications thingy, polite, inquire, information, whereabouts, characters, this and this, you know, and then this is transported to the other guy, and that should work. You know, that's basically just a filter setting, and I think that's interesting and that's worthwhile. I haven't seen that yet, so want to explore that also. Hey, Mr. Dude.
Best thing is to let the bots handle the ground assault.
Yeah, but then I would have to kill them, and I've kind of chosen non-lethal, and you know that, and you insinuated that even, man, so...
What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
The bots have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
So, I want to try something. What happens if I reduce
Best thing is to let the bots handle the ground assault.
the field of view of 90? Will this little cutscene look differently, is my question.
What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
The bots have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
To be certain.
Best thing is to let the bots handle the ground assault.
I can hardly read that, it's so tiny.
What's your take on the
Oh
situation,
yeah, okay,
Corporal?
that is
The bots
affected.
have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
I used 120, but let's see if I can do well with 110. Which might feel better for you also, I guess.
Hey.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy's stealth course. Stay out of their field of view,
I
walk
saw
slowly
somebody.
to stay quiet, and crouch
just a
behind
whole
cover.
team.
Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
How lame am I, huh?
Welcome aboard, Agent. They come this way, I got them, sir.
It's perfectly safe. You might be able to find some supplies in the comm van by the helipad.
So, right mouse button, now we get all that stuff here. Combat knife, why am I not picking this up? What's the trick here? Why did that fall to the ground? And then click here, don't find anything. Can I click left? No. Oh. Wait, I cannot take that body. Oh, right mouse button is for picking up the body, of course. Of course. Am I moving faster now? No, it's the same speed, it just looks like that, I think. Oh, it's faster. What the fuck? Just for funsies, I want to try some. Forgive me, but this video is not for you anyway, in a way, right? You know what? The first video, 3 upvotes. What happened? What's wrong with you? Group. Fog. I'm gonna make another effect level where everything will be foggy. Let's try that a bit. Copy in Op Studio, so I make a new group, and then I copy the actual game capture level, and then I say paste reference into that group. I mean, I just have to drag it into that group, and now it is there, and now what I say, right mouse button on the group, not on the game thing itself, because I want to set some filters, and if I do that on the game, then it will affect all instance copies, but the group is always a new thing. I looked it up yesterday, and that's how I was able to do these bloom things. So, where's my blurry? Blur, blur, blur. Blur, 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 blur. What? Where is it? Composite blur, yep. Okay, that's a bit rough. Let's change the layers mix mode from normal to addition. What's the difference between addition and screen? Let's switch to screen, see what happens. Yeah, radical. So go back to add. Can hardly see it, so I will now add some color correction after this. Let's make that more contrasty. I know it looks crappy. It's I need this extreme now, so that I can set it up and then I can less extremify it again. This is not what I want. This is a Gaussian blur. Let's go dual Cavazza thingy. Then I will adjust the gamma downwards, so we don't have this these stair steps. So let's switch it to visible and invisible. What does that do? Okay, I guess I have to desaturate it, else we get some weird color effects that will tell us, hey, look here, there's something, look there, look. Instead, I want just some kind of, you know, woo, some weak feeling there. Let's see what this does. Too bad I can't see that live because of this stupid full screen effect of this game. Oh. More harmless ammunition. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? I will just adjust the gamma of this thing further down, so it's still rather visible, but less foggy. Yeah, let's compare. So there are these so-called terrorists, NSF. Is this too dark? No, I can see well. Would be cool if when you're in some kind of city park, the plants would also be growing. I mean, not something that you'd necessarily witness, but but in principle it would be there, and I am a fan of this idea of something being real in there, even if you will not necessarily notice it. Of course, this goes into processing cycles, and it's a very questionable idea. But if it is done within reason, then you would. I mean, the more of this reality within which you find yourself is actually beyond the facade that would only be just necessary to give you the feeling, the more solid it would feel, I guess. Or maybe it's also a matter of, I have actually come to believe that possibly what's going on in the mind of the author of a book, or of a work of fiction, a film and so forth, is also relevant when it comes to what the audience would experience. I know this sounds a bit weird, but I don't want to exclude that possibility. And let's say, oh, one of these. Let's knock the dude out. I have my proddy thing. Oh. That would lead to a kerfuffle. And I'm saying that if such subtle simulation things would be in the background, would solidify the reality, would make it more real, then who knows if that somehow bleeds into the experience of the ones who run through it, even if they're not really aware of it. And this might also once again be a case of you didn't notice which fonts are used and why, but you felt the change somehow. So that's something I'd also like to aim for. Let's check that fog thing again. Well, a bit more saturation maybe. And even less gamma. Is it still visible at all? It is. Okay. I'll probably forget to turn this off now. Tranquilizer darts. And a tranquilizer gun. Which should be the thing of choice, right? Save. I would take those guys down now. Somehow my steps are not audible. Or they are, but very, very quietly. I find that weird. Everybody knows the footsteps in this game, right? The most plasticky loud steps you could possibly put in there. So this is almost loudest sound in the universe. Almost the hard mode. In other words, they should.
They found us. He's a cop.
Ah, shit. Okay, this is not the way it would play out in reality, obviously. Now,
Never killed a cop before.
yeah, and you didn't because I was about to reload.
Hell of a long shift.
What's your take on the...
Yep. So I was thinking about this thing with the mouse pointer again, and I have come to the idea that maybe it's a good thing if...
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the
Shut
Academy
up, man.
stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Take him out.
Okay, that pressing like
God
the
damn.
left Alt key to get the mouse pointer would freeze time. Because, I mean, this... Okay, in reality you have two legs. You have a sense of balance. You have a sense of smell. You have adrenaline. I mean, in here you have that too, but okay, there's a bit more going on when you're actually standing on the ledge instead of just looking through VR glasses. You have two hands, for example. You can use them simultaneously and you can use them fluidly. Here, I'm at least currently, who knows what the game will be like in the future when your input devices are possibly the norm, who knows, can only use mouse and keyboard. So with this in mind, with these limitations in mind, I would say that some gamification makes sense. And with that, I mean, for example, some, what's the word, some air control, you know? That when you jump, you still have a little bit of control of where you land. But for example, here you cannot choose how far you jump. I mean, apart from you run and then you jump further. That's also an option. I've seen a game once, I don't know on which machine it was, where you could decide your speed with a mouse wheel, I think. So you had 3, 4, 5 different speeds and could just adjust how fast you would be moving. And that's something I'd like too. Now, there would then be, I guess, a lot of options for how to how to move, how to crouch, which brings up now an idea that I also had at some point. Let's say this is a table, right? And there's some things standing on the table, and I want to look at them. In reality, I can just go forward and bend my head and tilt it to the left and right and so forth. In here, I can't. And so, in the same way that maybe it should just be possible to have some kind of hands-free camera that you can move around, which is then your head, you know. You can't see that really, because then your body would have to be calculated in very complex ways. Does this really fit there? Maybe it's even doable, you know. But I mean, so that you can experience the reality more. I like it that you're not this fast normally here, because the more slowly you move, the more clearly things have the opportunity to enter your mind. It isn't just all reduced to geometry and obstacles and covers behind which you can hide. For that, a human being needs to be aware not just of things, but they need to be aware of their awareness. And so then you can observe that you are less aware really of your environment when you're faster and you're just focusing on the most necessary stuff. The beauty of it doesn't bleed into your brain. And so moving slowly is something. That's why in many games I just crouch, because that necessarily makes you slower. Come on. So there are these guys, and they are placed in a way that they're really taking care not to get taken down. Can you see me or something? Maybe I should take this guy down.
Ooh.
7 skill points awarded. Someone shooting at me, or why is the music all of a sudden? Aha, okay. See, that's also a thing that I really dislike. I understand the tension, emotion, and so forth, but I would rather go for simulation, because I don't know if someone is after me. So why would I suddenly hear different music? That's, I don't know. That's questionable. Guns blazing is probably easier, huh? Explore the other side first.
God damn.
Oh. So I'm this awesome new UNESCO agent with augmentations they sent into the field. I'm running away from some militia. Hey, have you taken notice of the situation? I'm just asking for a friend. Oh, that was unexpected. I was expecting him to kill him. Nice.
Welcome aboard, Agent.
You seem chipper.
Everything was clear an hour ago. Then, boom!
Yeah, and then the Statue of Liberty exploded. The head is now lying... Where is it? Well, in a different place.
My orders are to hang back.
A well-known trope about this game is that in the background here you see New York without the two towers. And that was done because of memory constraints, so they made that smaller, and the in-world explanation was a terrorist attack. Ah. But I think everybody knows that by now. I hope I'm not perpetuating some falsehood, but I have heard that many times. These are UNESCO headquarters for New York, right here on Liberty Island. So what does this look like in the true preview? Oh, nice. Let's turn off the fog. What is that like? I want to adjust that. So gamma brighter and less blur. Okay, so we'll just leave the situation neutral then. Unchange it. Kinda knew it before I started this video that I wouldn't have many good ideas what to do with it. Because today is just not the day. Office was a bit strenuous. But, I mean, I mentioned a few good ideas already that could be put in. Also, this Liberty Island level here is, of course, serves mainly to introduce you to the game, so that you can have an action experience with relatively harmless dudes. I mean, okay, harmless, I died like 12 times already. I wish I could play that for borderless full screen, but then I would have to install some borderless magic software first to turn the windowed version into a full screen window. I don't want to do that, it's too much. Bloom, yay. He's physical. Yeah, something I also want to do is okay. You know HDR, right? High dynamic range. That actually has multiple meanings. When you're taking photos, then what you're talking about is the capacity of the film, or nowadays of the sensor chip, to take in all that you're seeing right there without it becoming too dark in places, or without it becoming too bright, overblown, washed out in places. One way to do that, for example, not that you really need it these days with all these automatisms in your smartphone, but that's how I did it with my Olympus 8080 a while ago. Yeah, it's an old one. I just took two photos in the same spot with a tripod, one with a long exposure, or what I'm saying, long exposure, no, but a little bit longer exposure and a little bit less exposure, so I could see the shadows under the tree, the regions very well. And and then the other, I could see the sky very well. Was very very clearly expressed. And then I used Photoshop to mix that together in the way that it felt harmonious. In this way, then what we're doing is we're trying to take a wider dynamic range and we're compressing it to a smaller one, so that still everything is visible. That's HDR, high dynamic range, when it comes to photography. But the same thing also exists. Can I use this on one of the terrorists? I should try that. Readouts be damned. Don't ask me how I know this. Logins. So this now I could hack, but well, let's hack it then. Yeah, there should be actual better hacking in that game, definitely. And I'm not talking about a minigame, I mean hacking, which is of course a tall order and big words, so that has to be dealt with. Because hacking, what does that mean? Ultimately, you're accessing systems with the systems that you have available, with your keyboard, mouse, network scanner, with memory access, with programs that you write yourself, with whatever is available to take advantage of bugs or just of limitations of implementations, necessary limitations and so forth, and then to break into a system. And that is not so easy to do as a game mechanic. And I wouldn't say case in point, look at all the things that we have, even in Cyberpunk 2077, it's still just this, well, mini-gamey thing. So what could be done instead? Let's look at Fallout, for example. There we have this memory scan. We are looking at all that hack stuff that at least feels a bit hacky. But of course, that's not what I'm going for. As Stationeers players, which you hopefully are, if not, get that game and play it, because you're going to have a lot of fun, I promise you that. Getting into it is hard, though. We, of course, like deep simulations, and so it would be cool.
Transferred.
And so it would be cool. Wasn't there a guy who would send me gas grenades? Oh, that was later, right? We would like to have a bit more hands-on hacking instead of just a button that you push, I guess. And I have no clue or no clear idea about that yet, but I just put a question mark on the table. And here's the thing. Here I can tell you why I'm actually recording this and publishing this. I mean, not the entire story of why, but something that is digestible by you. When I tell a person, hey, I'm about to do the thing, then I'm now more invested than when I'm just sitting here and thinking about it. And when I'm telling you, okay, this thing with the hacking that should be solved, then I know that I have told you that thing. That is still within me. And I think the less you are a liar as a person, the more you care about the information processing unit in the heads. Shut up, man. Of other people, I mean, everybody wants to know the truth, right? Supposedly. I mean, people are generally insane, that's sadly the truth, because as much as they want to live and be happy, they also want to die in some way. They act in ways that are just, you can only surmise that their goal is not best well-being. And one of the most blatant examples, too blatant really to tell you anything as a metaphor, because then you can't make the leap to anything else, is smoking. Smoking cigarettes. So you go to work, you invest the money, and then you buy the thing, and then it destroys you on all levels slowly, while making you addicted to it and not giving you anything other than the balancing out of what wouldn't have to be balanced out if you wouldn't have started smoking in the first place. Is kind of the summary, isn't it? But that's not what I meant. Let's go back to the general insanity of the people. How did I get there, man? I lost track. So, where was I? Thinking about hacking, implementation. Oh, I've lost it. Maybe it'll come back. It was good stuff, I think. That's when I hop too many association points in my head at once instead of fleshing out the ones that I meet first. Yeah, well, we gathered some stuff. Can I meaningfully use this? Here, for example, we have a weapon modification for accuracy. That sounds like something I wouldn't hate to have. But will I not later get a gun that is silenced? I think so. And would I not want to waste this? Can I sell these? I think there's no sell economy in this game. Range. I'm gonna keep that around for now. Yeah, while I'm recording this, people generally say, how did I get there? Truthfulness, yeah. Yeah, okay, see, I mean, when I now say, well, people generally, they want to know the truth, then you might say, no, that's not the case. Well, let's just say truth matters. That's certainly true, because any statement regarding that can only lead to a paradox that confirms what I just claimed. In a similar way, people care about the truth, and so when you tell them something, you would want that to be the truth. You want to give them that which they want, because that's right. And you want them to do the same for you. Maybe they won't do it, but certainly then you can at least say, okay, I tried, I don't know what you were doing, but it's not my fault, motherfucker. And so if you're someone who generally speaks the truth, this means that when you choose your words or what you say, then they carry more weight. At least to you. At least to the one who's speaking, which is me right now. So if I would tell you things that I want to do, or some ideas that I have for this... Wait.
Be careful. The NSF has set up patchwork security systems here.
Then this invests me more in the things that I've said. So if I put these question marks on the table, like with the hacking, they are a bit more on the table because I'm publishing this. And according to the YouTube stats, people are actually looking at this. I mean, that's almost weird. Let's look at those stats for a second. So I reload the page, and here we see this has been seen, the first one, seen as in clicked on, 59 times. And there are 3 likes, no dislikes. Now, let's look at the stats. Of course, the performance is super shitty, but that's not bad because the idea was don't watch it. And this is mostly, you know, some reality hack that I'm exploiting here. And now I wanted to see the duration. Watch time, hours. Overall 5.8 hours. 14.2 less than usual for this kind or whatever. I don't know how YouTube calculates this. 65 views. If I divide 5.8, no, first multiply that by 60, so we get the minutes. 348, divide that by, what was that again? 65. Then we get a watch time per head of 5 minutes, which of course is not necessarily true. Some people might have watched 20 minutes. I recorded this Stationeers video, which was 7.5 hours long, about a month ago on a Saturday, and there was a guy today who said, yeah, actually I'm still watching, and that was at the 6-hour mark or something. Dude. What does this lens flare look like? Oh, okay. Maybe I should use an EMP grenade. I don't have to take that thing out in the first place, though. But, I mean, that's the thing. Realistically, do I want to force myself through every nook and cranny of what this reality offers?
The commercial-grade security bot in this area.
I noticed.
You can either avoid its patrol route, or, if you're feeling lucky, try and take it out with the EMP grenades or explosives. I wouldn't recommend taking it on with small arms.
Hey.
But in reality, I would probably, I mean, if you have the sneaky approach, you would just probably use it instead of taking down everybody. Or I would have to be the absolute dozer and run over everything with a big gun and big armor. I don't have that. I've been taken down quite a few times already. In a way, choosing the difficulty in the beginning already chooses the approach. Except if you want to save scum. So I have already chosen that I am the rookie who is not necessarily lethal, but rather the skeptic who keeps looking around, which is of course me looking ahead. I already know what this game has to offer, who doesn't? Therefore I'm cheating in this regard when it comes to that choice. But I mean, it fits what's coming later, because I am the one who is inquisitive, keeps his options open and takes a look around. So I've basically chosen the character that was written for me in the first place. The one who would be faced with a world that is hard and big, but wouldn't just mow everything down, because the answers are not as clear-cut. Okay.
Is someone there?
No. Why didn't he react? Did I not hit him? Is the arrow now stuck on the corner of this? Oh, that's what's happening. I didn't even hit him. Yeah, up there it is.
Quiet.
Hello.
Sir.
Hello.
I could swear I heard something.
Sir.
Hello.
It's actually pretty cool that you have some phrases that you can throw in here. It's always the same key, it's a random thing. But realize that this is I mean, if you hear everybody else speak but never yourself, that's completely different than if you can also hear your own voice, particularly if you can arbitrarily make it happen instead of only in cutscenes. So I think that should be a thing, that you feel
I think
yourself
we've got an intruder.
just as real as the other dudes. It's not exactly hitbox porn what we're getting here. I mean, that guy should have been hit earlier.
God damn.
Fall over, man. Skill points. Okay, in a way, you shouldn't get the skill points for the achievement of taking the guy out, but for trying. Because that's the reality. You're doing that thing, and so you get rewarded for choosing that. I mean, if there would be such a thing. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Then there would possibly be more skill reward for you to confirm the unconsciousness instead of some magical voice telling you, like the all-knowing narrator, well, the guy's now unconscious and here are your skill points, which is technically fourth wall breaking. Just like when you say save game, load game. Is this a game? It shouldn't be. I mean, it shouldn't be called game while you're in it. Two more of these guys.
That's the difference right there. Just take a look at him. Bad? They cut off his arm, replaced half his face.
Herman, right?
Yeah.
He's a good soldier.
Guns up.
Killed 3 of our men.
They'd have replaced his whole body if it would have improved performance. If that's how you judge a man, by performance, then eventually it's not about people, but upgrades, versions, functionality.
All I know is we could use a few mechs for ops like this.
As soon as we buy into the cult of the machine, we're just like them.
Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric.
So these people are disagreeing. Doesn't tell me much about the entire about the NSF overall, though. Too bad I don't have any gas grenades. I will just risk this and then run.
Take him out.
I thought I was running. Man, this is ridiculous. Had some thoughts about mouse smoothing. It's less the thought about a gameplay mechanism, but rather about implementation. If I move the screen here, then the mouse is basically, it moved there, and if we smooth that, then the screen will, it will go there slowly. But it could be made in a way that the closer the mouse is, the lower the delta is, the lower the distances the screen has to go, the slower it drifts there. This might of course be bad if you're actually trying to shoot someone, but I'm just saying there is some more that can be explored, so we can look around smoothly. And then when you're holding your gun, then maybe it's less or even instant, or maybe only when you're aiming. Who knows? Some random thoughts. Or maybe you actually aim not with your screen, but you aim with your mouse. That is also an option. Like I'm standing here, and then I'm switching into aiming mode, and then let's just simulate that again. And then I'm moving the mouse as in the crosshair, and I see also the gun, the 3D model, move a bit, depending on how I'm holding it. I mean, if I'm firing from the hip, I'm not sure if I would see the gun right now. But if I'm aiming down the sides, then definitely. But the screen itself wouldn't move. This might not be a stupid idea, but I haven't seen anyone do this yet. And you might say, yeah, with good reason. Yeah, with good reason, because everybody's stupid, that's why. I mean, for example, volume sliders. I'm going to talk about those again, why not? I mean, let's demonstrate that for a moment. Settings, sound. We'll get a bit loud for a moment. See, there's no difference between this and this. The difference is completely small. And suddenly it kicks in and accelerates like crazy. That's of course wrong behavior, but it's of course also the default in almost all games, and even the Steam store, and I think even on YouTube and so forth. Why? Because people are stupid. That's the answer. That's just the answer. And I mean, it's completely simple to fix that. You take the volume slider, which is a value from 0 to 1, and before you then apply that to the sound volume, to the actual sound, you need to curve it. And the way to curve that is also super simple. You just raise the volume slider to the power of 2 or 3, or I've chosen 2.7, which is roughly Euler's number, which turned out to be perfect balance between lots of power at the top and lots of power at the bottom. Yeah. And why do people not do this? Sorry, I have no other answer. People are stupid. And in this way, this is a good example, actually. This is a good thing. Because this should motivate anyone who realizes this and realizes how dumb this is, that a developer would not see this, and the simple fix that doesn't even cost you any processing cycles, because this call that I just said there, this rating to the power of, you don't have to do that live, you only have to do that when the volume slider changes. This then creates an invisible number, and that number is used on the sound volume. So why are people not doing this? Because there's some hole in the reality of awareness in the people, I don't know. But this should motivate, in the same way that it should maybe motivate you when you say, I wipe my ass with water and dry interchangeably, so that it actually gets clean. Other people, they don't carry a little bottle for that. I guess you don't. Peasants. And so, well, they don't even know how to wipe their asses. I'm not supposed to take any advice from them. See, that's how you can look at this, and in the same way you can say, if people are so dumb to fuck up the volume sliders all the time like this, then the true answer probably is doing it like everybody else has done. It's not imitating the masters, but it's just imitating the sleepwalkers. Therefore, what I just proposed, this idea with the manual aiming while the 3D view stays constant, could actually introduce some component. Maybe it's like in a virtual reality approach, where you also don't just point your eyes differently all the time, but you also have your hands to grab at stuff and to point at stuff. That could introduce that in a harmless way to the desktop without any VR equipment. Okay. I got a dart with your name on it. Oh, he has a dart with my name on it. Did I get him? Yeah, see, that's what the augmentations give me, that I'm not so easily downed by the same kind of ammunition, I guess, is my in-world explanation. But anyway, I should do something about the health. Oh, I only had 2 of these. Alright. This sound loop, right, somehow is so characteristic and beloved for Deus Ex, and at the same time, it's completely ridiculous. Sure. Believe what you choose to believe. Dream up. Is he downed? Did he come up here? No, that's the same dude, from before. Danger, do not enter. Where's the guy?
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
Yeah, which is the BE bar at the left top on the screen. $250 skill points. Oh, that wasn't the wisest choice. Good thing they gave me an alternative. Because they knew everybody would greedily take that. Let's take that too, just so that I clean up. I found yet another crowbar. I thought about reloading. I mean, reloading the gun. So let's see. So you press reload, then the thing happens, and then I press Alt to have the frozen mouse pointer. I'm not sure. Shit, I don't remember what I wanted to say there. I had some concept there a while ago. Can't remember. Yeah, how should reloading be done? Maybe you have to prepare some magazines. But then that could be very tedious to take down a lot of guys. But maybe taking down a lot of guys is exactly what you don't do. I mean, let's look at, for example, I think, okay, this is a good thought. Here's a big one. Deus Ex should then be a bit like, here's the guy. Like, come on, what's the name? This assassin guy with the bald head. I can't for the Hitman, yeah, of course. Should be a bit like Hitman, where you walk among the others and there are the options of things available that you can unleash upon them. I will take that with me, thank you. I'm saying that would be more like a flavor of coexistence, but in a stressed environment with various factions and such, than an actual open battlefield the whole time, you know? So this, I know, it's not the whole time. In New York, for example, in Hell's Kitchen, there's the occasional battle here and there, but not all the time. And this is our back door entrance to the statue, huh? Yeah, but not now. There is a bot, and this one is green, as one of ours. How do I know that? I don't know. Maybe the friend-foe thing in the new Deus Ex would not be one that is just you point at and you know it. Or maybe yes, augmented reality, but the information would come to you in the form of, well, that you have that data. You have the data, I mean, you point at the thing, that respective data is then shown as a representation. But if you don't have the data, then you just don't know.
Happened an hour ago. The barge docked and the NSF moved right on in, offloading the cargo into speedboats. Our undercover man, Harley Philbin, should be somewhere out on the docks now.
Haha. So it's 22 skill points, tells me the guy is now downed. Why though is it 22 skill points instead of 7? What happened? Whoa! That's cool. I mean, the guy got into a kerfuffle with the bot fired and hit the exploding barrel. And now there's some gips here. body parts. Well, if the Statue of Liberty thing would be done like this, then it would of course be more... oh, and look, the stealth pistol. It would be done in a more elaborate way, not just straightforward, rectangular and such. I mean, very obviously. I mean, this is the most minimal possible level design you can get away with here. There would be some bushes. Oh, something also. Something I absolutely fucking loved was Far Cry 1, the first one, which is kind of the best of them, at least in my experience, where they had a different flavor than these other ones, which are rather like a theme park. This one really felt like me on a mission and creeping through the high grass, trying not to get killed, which would happen at every turn if I wouldn't be so very careful. And taking down this army of guys as some kind of guerrilla, hidden and sneaking and so forth. That experience wasn't captured by the other parts, and particularly this creeping through the tall grass thing, that kicked. One moment, please. Okay, let's go back into this then. I just realized I would have to do possibly a new Stationeer's news thing today. It's not big, it's just they are working on the tutorials and I want to take a look at the updated version. Also, there's the third one now. But anyway, let's continue with this for now. I cannot resume the video recording of a video for whatever reason, and so I want to do this for a while longer. There's a problem with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and I mean, okay, we have this world here where I'm going into every nook and cranny and trying to find everything, because I want to explore the world, I want to enjoy it. In Deus Ex Mankind Divided, okay, maybe I phrased it wrong, but anyway, there is a general problem, and this can be experienced in this game versus, for example, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. In Mankind Divided, you had many apartments to find, and so you could rummage through all of them and find stuff, which would then be an entertaining thing to do. But the world was so big, you could almost not explore all of it, and that's good, right? I mean, it's better than the world being too confined. But this also means that the player would have to operate differently. They can't just keep saying I want to get it all, because it's impossible. But I think we have learned that in Oblivion and Skyrim already, you can't do it all, or in Fallout New Vegas. You can only go along your path and do some sidestepping, and then that has been your experience. Too bad in Deus Ex Mankind Divided we didn't have more different toys to play with, and more tools to find, because ultimately the experience was then very limited. Once you have seen 5 apartments, you can save the rest because your inventory is full anyway, and you will turn all of that only into money. Athletics. So we need 2 picks. My O2 is looking good, so that's a doable thing here. Do I have possibly the skill points to learn a bit of lockpicking? Oh no, 396. Lockpicking would take me 1800, so that's out of the question. I would have to waste 2 lockpicks on this. Do I have lockpicks? I do not. I don't have any lockpicks. That's a bit off-putting. Can I not use things from the... Oh, here, of course.
Hello. It's perfectly safe. Hello.
About time you showed up.
Iron and copper.
statue is copper on an iron frame, right?
Password's enough, pal. Don't think you know something about the lady I don't. My dad did tours out here.
I heard that you can get me inside.
Depends. You get your man out, take back the statue, whatever. But I know the commander and I don't want to see him get hurt. Here's a picture so you don't make a mistake.
You can trust me.
I'll take your word. Here's the key to the front entrance. Commander's not much of a soldier. He'll surrender as soon as he sees you. I need him alive because he's my main contact at the NSF. If he's dead, I don't have much of a business.
Thanks.
What does that look like without fog? Well, the fog is a nice gimmick, but it also is a bit showy, isn't it? I will turn it off. Fog's gone. Fuck the fog.
How do you know so much about the commander?
He's my main contact in the NSF. I need him alive and out on bail.
UNATCO will probably keep him in custody.
At least he has a chance if he's alive. I warned him, you know. I said right to his face, don't take weapons into the lady. That makes you as bad as UNATCO.
Don't forget, it was the NSF that C4'd the statue in the first place. UNATCO's here to put the pieces back together.
Ask me, I think the government did it. They want people to think the NSF are terrorists.
Yeah, but why is the NSF then here? Or was it somehow their hidden headquarters or whatever? I mean, who blew up the head? Why would the government do that? Why would the NSF be here just when the head has blown off? I mean, it's a bit weird. Anyway, something about Deus Ex Mankind Divided. What's very cool, or was it in Human Revolution or in both of them? I don't remember. Very cool, if you are in cover, then you see yourself from the third person. And while I do prefer the first-person perspective, it's very cool that there are opportunities, meaningful opportunities, where you see yourself in third person. So so that you keep getting reminded of yourself, of your body, of your role, of your looks, and all of that. That's good. So the game should have some meaningful third-person, first-person mix like that.
I better get paid good for this.
Crowbar. How many crowbars do I have? One. I have one crowbar, but 9 knives. Can I sell those?
You with Philbin?
I get a cut for bringing him over.
Tell me what you know about the NSF operation.
I'm not that high level. The more elite troops, they're the ones that took over the ship and unloaded it into speedboats. I think we're supposed to be a diversion.
A ship?
That's all I know. The commander gave me a 10mm clip, a box of 30-06 ammo, and some crossbow darts and said, keep your head down. Like I'm gonna take on your UNATCO troops. Want 'em? You can have the clip for 175, the 30-06 for 300, and the darts for 50. But if I was you, I'd avoid a head-on attack altogether and not even use the key Philbin got. I'd go in the statue from the back. Less security that way.
How much do I have? Up there we see FPS 60, haha, and credits 500. Let's take the darts.
I'll give you 50 for the darts.
The commander's the whole reason my neighborhood turned into a war zone. Somebody should stick him full of these things like a roast pig.
Man, the textures look crappy.
Sure you can't buy some ammo?
No.
No thanks.
Remember, you said you wouldn't go in shooting.
I might be shooting darts. Would that be okay? Hair none? So that's an augmentation or something? Dude, how does that happen? In frequent contact with Jojo Fine, Juan Ivanovich Lebedev, and other sympathizers. And that's the Liberty Island satellite photo. We are currently here. And this was the helipad, we are there, yes. This is where we came from. We weren't here yet, and that's the main entrance. And that's where the head is lying. No lockpicks, that's weird. Shouldn't I have lockpicks by now? What's with the mantling? I mean, there should be mantling here, but it's not happening. What am I doing wrong? Isn't that activated? Can I change that right now? Restart the game. Do we want to restart the game and change the gameplay style or keep the current gameplay style? I want to see what happens if I do that. Does it restart the entire game or can I just continue from here? Yeah, shit out of luck, man. I want to switch back, please. Yeah, no save games, okay. Nope, nope, nope. Restart, restart, restart. Your netcode trooper dead. Another one. Oh, yeah. That's yeah, NSF.
That's him. He's a cop. God damn.
10 skill points. I think that Deus Ex should maybe not even begin here. You should instead begin within the confines of your netco, in like some building with offices and training grounds and who knows what else would there be. Maybe even a basement with some boiler room and such, so that you can just explore and have a life experience basically, which is of course then incompatible with the idea of you being an employee there. So we would have to find the right balance there. So that on the one hand you have this. It was pretty neat in Deus Ex Human Revolution that at the beginning you were on a timer, and so something would happen or not happen if you were too slow. The timer was very lenient, but it was there. I don't know if I want to go there actually. Very hard to balance all these things out. But I mean, if you have events that are not procedural but are hard-coded, a story thing, then you would not want to miss out on that. That's something that you purchased, that you want to see that. So I wonder how much we can actually go into some kind of synthetic realm there instead of designing it all by hand. I don't know. Hey, wait. What did I do with the ammunition? How many tranquilizer darts do I still have? Can I see that here somewhere? Are these my last ones? I don't remember what I did with the ammunition. Which choice I made there. Oh. Are you hurt? Ah, this map is considerably boring, huh? Hey, what's happening? Oh, he's running. Huh. He knows where I am still. Okay, it doesn't feel too unrealistic. I was thinking gamification. Maybe I should really go to another part of the playthrough now, because this is really not really stimulating. And I have to fight the reminder program again, of course. Delete. Continue. Dude!
I got this one.
Who are you shooting at me? This isn't happening. When I was firing at the NSF guy, I was hitting the robot and that turned its friend foe thing against me. Fucking funny. Hilarious. Yeah, well, the very limited simulation of this game does lend itself to a funny thing here and there. Should we go in front door? What the fuck? This is a reload simulator. I really have to play more carefully. Maybe it has been designed with a low field of view in mind so we could see more clearly. Or it's just the same boring sneak around the corner and hit him with the dart thing. So let's see how fast you can run. And this will decide whether you live. Alright. Netco. Oh. Oh, a flamethrower guy. What if it bleeds? I don't know, I want to check the log. What did it just say there? 10 skill points awarded. You found some tranquilizer darts, found some oh, so right, I have to scroll. Which are the newest ones? Yeah. Oh, headshot 3-point bonus. Challenge failed, non-lethal. Challenge failed, no guns. Huh, that was a challenge going on? Okay, I'm not gonna redo anything because of that. It's just annoying. Dude, unnecessary. Can't get through here. That's the revision version already? Okay, they didn't try every nook and cranny. Alright, it's a large game. This takes 4 lockpicks. Or something explosive alternatively. I have the front door key, but there's a guy. Where's the bot? Coming around, I guess. This is iffy. Oh. I guess I miscalculated this a bit. That should be the flamethrower dude, shouldn't it be? I wonder if I can fire this far. Probably not. Nope. Otherwise I would have this narrowing thing, right? I don't have this narrowing thing, and therefore... So now I have the flamethrower as a mini thing here instead of big one. Could use this. Instead though, then about safe scumming. What can we do about safe scumming? Well, there's some simple ideas. For example, you can't save so very often. Whenever you do, you're wasting some kind of ticket that you have to then regain. Maybe just by spending time in the game or by having to move a significant distance or something. And then if you don't like that, then obviously... well, we can adjust the speed at which you gain these things as part of the difficulty thing. So at the beginning when you choose to play, or maybe even throughout, but that's a big question, you know. Can you change it, or if you change it, will there be a penalty? It should be like in a System Shock, when you have multiple things that you can adjust, you know. And then you can adjust how quickly you get a save game token. You could also do a thing with loading, like when you reload, then well, you cannot reload so very often, possibly. I mean, of course, you could reboot the game, but if you go by file date and don't go as far as like hacking the file date, which is easily possible software-wise, then you'd be stuck with this fact that, well, you reloaded this and this many minutes ago and you can't do it now. Also, which would then force you to try to not be too experimental, but to rather accept the simulation as it is and try to make do. And that's something you shouldn't be forced hard to do, but you should be nudged in that direction a bit more than for example in this game. And there's also the idea of a finite amount of lives. This is probably incompatible to Deus Ex, because in Deus Ex you would have one life, when you die it's over. But in principle that's something interesting for games. For example, they completely dropped the ball there with Minecraft back then. That could have been, I mean, what do you do in Minecraft? Well, you get the diamond armor and then you're done, except if you want to actually go through this whole thing with the dragon and such. But why not, for example, have a limited amount of lives, and if you die, then one will be subtracted, and that's one treasure that you can find in the world, but it's not so easy to find. And so then you would have reason to delve deeper. You know, that's a huge motivation thing. So that could be in such a game too. Probably doesn't fit Deus Ex.
Something moved. Could be...
Oh. Alarm. This would probably call the bot, huh? Guess the alarm will just keep going because the body keeps lying in that place, huh? That's the option it shows at the beginning. Wow. Well, in Splinter Cell I could now hold a little mirror in my hand to look around the corner, I guess. Such an asset would be in there, and why shouldn't it be in here? That should be in Deus Ex, definitely. And it shouldn't have to be a mirror, it should be something that mirrors. Of course, that's a problem. One of the most troublesome things to implement in a 3D render is a mirror, because then you would need multiple cameras. And that means it basically doubles your calculation time. I mean, calculating this at 4K or at 2K, that's of course a big difference, but it's not as big a difference as to have to calculate it twice. So if you have calculated twice and the second time is very low resolution, that's still a full render, and that's the problem. I don't know if there's a way around that. This guy will just stay there, huh? Damn it. Well, it's his task to stand guard, and there's an alarm going on, so that's realistic. And the turret at the top there, Well, I guess I can't get in there now. Shit! Okay, let's use the back door then, is what she said. So... yep. Still a friend? Yep. Oh, I'm here. I'm saving. This head has been lying there for a while, right? I mean, this sign there? Dude, I haven't played it for a long ass time. I mean, look at this game. Who plays such a game right now these days? You don't. It's too crappy in this form.
They found us. Take him out.
Damn,
This guy wasn't just a grunt.
I
What's
have
going
no
on?
ammunition. Ah, this doesn't happen. Ah, reload simulator. I don't have any ammunition in that thing. And I wonder, did I turn this setting on where reloading kills the rest of the magazine? Hopefully not. Not the right approach. Maybe I should have toned down the difficulty a bit, huh? I mean, it's realistic. Someone fires a bullet at you, you generally go down. But it's too late. Okay. Did the guy just see me? I think so. I think there was someone running up there. Hello there, person.
I swear I heard. Take him out.
Go down already.
Take him out.
Oh, so that's an option. I just whip him crazy, oh. Oh. Tranquilizer, or at least darts of some form. Ah, yeah, let's read to that. TNT here, and the head
Shame, isn't
there.
it? The French terrorist group Silhouette claims that France was wrong to give the US the statue. We think they planned the bombing.
So that was a while ago. Okay. Yeah, the hip high fence, of course. That should not be a thing at all. Free motion anywhere and everywhere. You would have to climb though, and it would look funny, and you would exert yourself. And not just this concept with the stamina bar, but also some kind of long-term exertion, which would then feel slower, you know.
Wait. Quiet. Take him out.
That is so crazy. Never done it like this. Aha, there's someone of note. And I'm gonna hit his nose. Oh. Oh, he's just agitated. He's not after me right now. Still not? Okay. Okay. Damn, I thought I could, like, take that thing. Oh shit. Man, I was of the assumption that you could disarm them if you moved there slowly. Was it a different game? Probably. Well, I guess I need some grenade training to be able to do that. Or some... Let's see, do I have any demolitions training? Skills. Demo. Untrained. Well, that might explain it then. No one.
Good. You're nearing the command center. Agent Herman remains in captivity on the ground floor, but we can probably get him out. Keep moving.
Okay, I want to do the Herman thing.
Thought I saw some.
Sir.
Someone there?
I think we got an intruder.
Is someone there?
Yay. I mean, you just have to adapt a bit to the ridiculousness of this kind of gameplay. Wasn't there... no, I'm not gonna get the TNT crate now, it's just too... weird. That's feasible.
I could swear I heard something.
Fascist.
I'm hit!
So this camera with the corpse thing is a good thing. I will definitely keep... I'm glad I have the setting, and that should be... I mean, should be some realism in there. Pop. Oh, something to drink. That's awesome. Well, I randomized the stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have. And where does this lead? Agent Herman. No, wait, that was on a different floor. Where does this lead? Oh.
They found us.
Whipping always works, not bad.
I swear I heard fascist. I got this one.
Man, it could have been the end. Again. One of my legs is basically not operational.
That's him.
Didn't know this was possible. Just run up to them and whip them until they're done. You have to finish them by whipping them. TNT, would I need this? Probably not. Or do I? Is there no way for me to climb up here? Why is there no mantling? I mean, I know there's mantling conceptually, but I guess in this game mode there isn't. I mean, who can really remember all those modes? Crap. Oh, the bot has... Why is the bot looking at me? No? Oh, no it is. That didn't help. Yep, the TNT crate didn't alarm anyone. Oh, it did! What the fuck? What is happening? Are they shooting glass bullets? Oh.
Is someone there?
There is.
I got this one. I'm hit! They found us!
Oh, looks like I got... Oh, there's someone still left.
That's him. This guy wasn't just a grunt. What's going on?
I'm not sure what my plan was there. How to make such gameplay smoother? I mean, not being an idiot about playing through it would help, but I mean, apart from that... Why is that camera up there? It keeps turning, so that's a problem? Ouch. That actually hurt me. And someone... Oh.
This security setup is strictly amateur stuff. Keep an eye out for ways to bypass it. These old pre-millennial buildings are riddled with ventilation shafts and maintenance tunnels.
I'm not too well. So there's a way for me to get some money by stealing from people. People would now say rob, but no, it's not robbing. Robbing is when violence or threat of violence is involved. Which is not when I take something from the ATM. If I had the TNT crate still. One pick. I don't have any lockpick. Oh, Oh, you can actually look in garbage cans. I didn't know that. So let's go in then. How do I get through this? Oh, of course. So clumsy.
Is someone there?
Yes, someone is there.
Is someone there?
So that's this door. Hey, I wonder if I could have crowbarred this guy. Maybe if I would be stronger. Is that a thing? I think so. Melee, yeah. Low-tech weapons, untrained. A lamb? Oh. That's a luxury.
Is someone there?
Maybe.
Quiet. I think we got cops.
Oh, the skills.
This is what I found out. He's down. I think he's dead.
Yeah, this is definitely not the way the game should be. Or should be played, for that matter.
Quiet. Quiet. Fascist.
Oh.
All out.
Oh. This is not the way. Well, deadly force is required. Why is... Oh, right, this is not station here, so I forget. How do I get this... oh, it's here, it's duplicated, sure. For a stupid reason.
Pig. Got it. Maybe we have a chance.
Man, that looks so lame what I'm doing here. We've played that 20 to 30 times. It was a long while ago, and my aspiration to play through this thing right now is quite a different one. This is not the lone wolf experience I'm trying to do right here.
I'm gonna get this pig.
Shit. Okay. That's it for now. I don't feel to be in the mood of doing this. Also, I mean, I've put some ideas on the table. Some interesting stuff, I guess. Some question marks, like with the hacking and such. But I don't want to go deeper into this now. So that's all for today. And it wasn't very fruitful, I know. Oh well.